Hello and welcome to Together We Can. It's a show with Human Services about what's going on in the county. I'm Derek Westby, Director here at WTCO, and my guests today are Melissa, Dana, and Shelley. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.
So Melissa, you are the new ADRC Director. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Melissa Youngbauer. I am a local person. I've actually lived in Trempealeau County most of my life. Whitehall is kind of my home, I guess to say. I've been at Trempealeau County now for 4 years. Have been working with the behavioral health unit as a social worker the last 4 years. This opportunity has come up at the ADRC, so I just am thrilled to have joined this group of professionals at the ADRC and just really excited to start in my new role.
All right, and what is ADRC?
So it's Aging and Disability Resource Center. So we do a lot of things. We're going to talk about a few things today, but we could probably tape a monthly show and talk about something different each month. But it is a resource center for aging persons, disabled persons in the county, so people can contact us to learn about programs and services that meet those populations.
Okay, and what are the hours of ADRC if somebody needed to get in contact with you guys?
We're open from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Okay, and do you guys have a phone number that they can call if they need help?
Yeah, I can give that. There is a 1-800 number, so that is 1-800-273-2001.
All right. So what's special about May to ADRC?
Well, June is Elder Abuse Awareness Day,
Okay.
and that's on June 15th. And I'm Dana Conrad. I am the Adult Protective Service and Guardianship Worker for Trempealeau County. And this year, the first thing we're doing is ordering t-shirts for people to wear. Purple is the color of Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and we're just trying to really get the word out there.
Okay. So what is elder abuse?
Elder abuse comes in different forms, and it's also adult at risk. It can be physical abuse, it can be verbal abuse, emotional abuse, neglect and self-neglect, and then also financial exploitation.
And what's the biggest one in the county?
We're seeing a lot of financial exploitation cases right now, and it's family members, but it's also a lot of scams that individuals are getting involved in.
Okay. And how many cases of financial exploitation have there been in the area or in the state?
In Wisconsin in 2020, there was 1,607 cases reported of financial exploitation, and over $29.6 million was found to be exploited from people.
And what should somebody do if they feel like they're being abused or financially exploited?
They can contact our Aging and Disability Resource Center, and they will take the information and pass it along to me, and then I will get in contact with them and we'll see what we can do to help them.
Okay, awesome. And then this one's for you, Shelley. What is the National Family Caregiver Support Program?
That's a program that is designed to support family caregivers who are providing care to a family member by providing respite care, services in their home, or products that help them take care of the person.
And does that have a cost to it, or is that something that people can just get if they need it?
It's one program that we have that has no financial based
Like eligibility? Yeah, no eligibility.
but it is just basically you need a caregiver and a care receiver. They have to be, the caregiver needs to be 60 or over. and an individual that's needing services just needs to need some type of help with ADLs, activities of daily living, like taking their medications, showering, that type of thing.
Okay. And we have some neat things on the table in front of us. Can you guys tell me about some of those?
Those are some of the products that we can actually purchase for people through the National Family Caregiver Support Program, or actually the Alzheimer's Family Caregiver Support Program. We have two different programs. The Alzheimer's program is geared for people, of course, with some type of a dementia diagnosis. That one, there is financial criteria that people have to meet. So what these things are is, like, there's a medication dispenser, so that can be helpful for a family. They can set up the medications and the time it's to be dispensed, and then their loved one will get their medication on time. There's a door alarm, so sometimes people with dementia, even with the caregivers living in the home with them, if they don't have their eyes on them all the time, there's people that will wander or try and leave the home. So there's an alarm that'll go, you can put on the door so that they're notified if someone is trying to leave. The other item on the end there is to prevent a stove fire, so it plugs in between the plug of the stove and the wall, and when it senses the smoke detector going off, it shuts the stove off to prevent a house fire.
Neat. That's really neat.
Yeah, so a lot of these products would be, designed to help people manage, in their home, keep people in their homes as long as possible, and to keep them safe and comfortable.
Awesome. And what about this little guy here?
Yeah.
That would be, for someone with dementia. There's a battery for it, so it will actually breathe, and it's just kind of something comforting, because of course a lot of people like pets, and maybe they aren't in a place that they aren't able to have a pet anymore, but it's just kind of calming and comforting. They can have it in their lap or pet it, that type of thing.
All right. Due to COVID, a lot of your guys' services have been reduced. Mm-hmm. Are some of those starting to come back now that people are getting vaccinated?
Yeah, they are starting to come back. We're excited to announce that our weekly trips to Eau Claire and La Crosse on our bus have actually started back up again. They started in May, so this week was the first week we had a trip scheduled. And again, those will happen weekly now. So if individuals want to sign up to go on the bus to Eau Claire or La Crosse, they can just call the ADRC and make a reservation to do so.
Okay, and are any other services that have been kind of limited coming back, or?
The meals have really been affected by COVID. So our congregate dining sites still remain closed for in-house or in-person dining. So individuals still at this time are doing takeouts at those sites. We are hoping that we can get those, the congregate dining sites to resume in the near future. We actually have some of our human service, our council or the board actually meets next week, and so we are hoping that we can engage in discussion about safely reopening those sites sometime in the future, because we do know that people are anxious to get out again, and the benefits to those congregate sites are the socialization, and we know that people are eager to get going again. So
yeah.
We hope we can make some announcements sometime in the near future of some potential reopening dates.
And once you have those reopening dates, where would somebody find that information?
Yeah, so that'll definitely be one of our goals, is to get that information, out to the public. So certainly we will be posting that information at those meal sites. We also do a bi-monthly newsletter that goes out throughout the county. That information would definitely be featured in that newsletter. People probably are familiar with seeing that. This is what our current newsletter looks like. It came out, and this is our May and June newsletter. So it's got information in here about the busing, resuming the busing in May, and also that information regarding the dining, the changes with that would be in here as well.
Okay.
So, we try to get the newsletter out in prominent places such as libraries. We get it out to definitely the meal sites, some of the clinics and hospitals throughout the county. It's also on the county website, so people can access it through the Aging and Disability Resource page on the county website. If people do want to get the newsletter mailed to them, they could contact us as well, and we would get that to them via mail, or get them on our newsletter, our mailing list, or the email list, and we could email it to them as well.
Okay.
So.
And for our viewers, if there's any new announcements, they can always look at our slideshow for announcements, and that's on TCC channel 8, and then in between our programming on 18 and 618.
Perfect. Yes.
So, what other information is in the newsletter? Is it just announcements, or do you have stuff that's like, I know mental health is a big issue with people being at home and isolated. Is there anything in there about that, or who can they talk to about that?
We try to feature health, so mental health and health-related information in all of our newsletters as well. We want it to be a guide that people can pick up and use to learn. So it's an educational tool to learn about just different health-related information, but also to learn about specific programs and events and services that are taking place and that are being offered. So we definitely want this to be the source of information for aging and disabled persons in the county. So there's just definitely some really interesting information in here about support groups and about again, here is information about the Mental Health Awareness Month. It's got calendars in here about local activities as well. For example, some of the communities are resuming some of their festivals, so information is in there as well about that for May and June as well.
Awesome. So as we're doing this show in May, you guys are currently conducting a survey.
We are, yeah. Aging and Disability Resource Centers and aging services, I guess, they have to have an aging plan that's done every 3 years. That's just a requirement for the funds that we receive. Part of that is that we do an aging survey. So that's definitely something we just got going, started just in May. So we want to hear what the feedback from our community, from the residents. So the main goal of that is to hear about the needs of our residents, what they think is important, what they want to see provided in our county. It's a very brief survey. I've got it right here. So the first question is, what do you think are the top 3 things that need to improve to help adults in our community as they age? So once we get that feedback from our residents, then that helps us schedule or decide what goals, what things do we really want to focus on for our county. So example, some of the options on here of specific choices that we're wondering about have to do with transportation options for our community. Food, so access to food and food delivery options, and help with social isolation and loneliness. So those are just a few prompts that are on here that we're wondering about. So that again, that just helps guide where do we want to go in the next 3 years. So we have, the survey is out on the website. So that's one way that people can access that. We also just invite people to call the ADRC, and anybody who answers the phone would be able to help them do that by the phone. It's a very brief survey, so it can be done in just a couple of minutes. The other thing is we are stuffing our newsletters with the survey as well. So people that pick up the newsletter would be able to just, complete it and get that back to us. Again, it could be mailed, could be dropped off. We can pick it up it just needs to get back to us.
And if it's mailed, where do they mail it to?
They would be right in it. It's got our address and the phone number right on the survey. So it would be just to the government center, to the Aging and Disability Resource Center, and just any one of us would be able to, process the survey.
And we're also going to have the survey at different locations with boxes that individuals can fill the survey out and then put it in the box. And we will collect those.
For example, like at the libraries, they'll be
Yep.
there. At some of the other sites that would, seniors are accessing a lot.
Some of the housing units in the county are going to be putting out our boxes for the surveys also.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, we just want to get people's feedback and know what's important to them.
And what about Wisconsin Farmers Market vouchers?
Yeah, so that is something that we are going to be starting in the very near future. We're still waiting on some of the details from the state. But basically, there is a senior farmers market nutrition program. And so seniors that are 60 years of age or older, can qualify. There is a financial eligibility piece to that, but they can qualify for farmers market vouchers. So here's what those look like. And at state approved farmers market sites, they can use these. Individuals can use these to buy food, buy products. So it's a really great thing. You're supporting, our local farmers and our farmers markets, and you're getting really great, healthy, nutritious foods.
And how do they know if a farmer at the farmer's market would accept those?
So that's kind of some of the information that we're still waiting on from the state as far as what are the current approved providers. In the past, the one in Whitehall has been part of the farmers market, the one in Galesville, and the one in Osseo, I believe. Correct?
Typically, they're given, when they're approved to be a vendor, they have a yellow sign that says that they're approved for the senior farmers market, and they usually hang it on their stand so that individuals know that they're approved.
Right.
And besides the farmers markets, a lot of the orchards are
Yeah.
also will accept the farmer market vouchers.
Yeah, so we're just waiting on the state to give us the complete list and so that when a person actually applies, so they would just contact the ADRC and we would help them go through that process of becoming, eligible and completing the appropriate paperwork. And then we would give them a list of who the providers are. And so if they are a Trempealeau County resident, they could access, they could go to Eau Claire, they could go to anywhere in the state and use the vouchers.
Okay.
So, so it's a really neat program that we really encourage people to take advantage of because a lot of people qualify for this program. It's a really good thing. So it starts, the state is saying we will get that information in the middle of May, and then the vouchers are good from June through October. So, and individuals can receive $25 worth of vouchers. So
That seems like it can get quite a bit of really nice fresh fruits and vegetables.
For
Yes.
sure.
Meats
Yeah.
and that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely. Yeah. We want people to know about it and to access that.
Yeah. Food is a really important aspect of everything.
It is, yes.
Are there other financial programs for the elderly to help them get food?
Well, there's the food share program through the state of Wisconsin, or SNAP, and that to be eligible for that, they can call the Western Region for Economic Assistance to apply. But if they have questions about it, they can contact the ADRC to find out about eligibility, or if they need help making a call to the Western Region for Economic Assistance, we are happy to assist people with that.
Absolutely.
And we also have the home delivered meal program for individuals who are homebound.
Okay.
And they just call the resource center, and there is an application process for that also.
Yeah.
And I believe
We-
there's a bunch of food pantries around too.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. We're kind of like just the place you should call if you've got questions about any resources for older persons or disabled individuals. So we would invite or encourage people to call us if you had food, nutrition needs. We would definitely be able to talk to people about all of those options, including the food pantries that people can access in the county. We also offer transportation, local transportation, for shopping outings. Like, so if you are from Whitehall, we would be able to take you to get groceries here in Whitehall to pick up for those needs. And a lot of people I do know that take the bus, so that they go to Eau Claire or La Crosse as well, are doing some of that shopping to get their groceries. And also transportation. I know that there are people that use transportation, our local transportation, to get to the food pantries as well. So, if you have those needs, you can definitely call us, and we can talk about how we would be able to meet your needs.
And would that transportation also take people to get their COVID shot?
We definitely would provide transportation for COVID shots. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's another big thing that we have done recently, in the last year, last few months since shots have been occurring, getting, people information about where can you get the shots, and transportation for them.
And we've also been able to assist people that don't have internet access to do the online forms that like some of the clinics needed done before they could get a shot. So we've been helping people with that too.
Yeah, it's really important for everybody to get their shots.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Anything else we should know about ADRC and what's coming up in the next couple of months?
Maybe you'd want to talk about the Strong Bodies. Yeah.
The Strong Bodies is a program that is to provide strength training. It was developed, or it's part of the UW Extension program through UW-Madison. And it benefits people both physically and emotionally, and by exercising and gaining some strength, helps them with their balance and their confidence. And it's something we're hoping to offer in person this fall. But currently we're going to be getting some DVDs that have the class on it, so that people can contact us and check out a DVD and equipment, because you need weights for the program. So they can give us a call, and we'll be able to check out that DVDs and equipment, so that they can do the exercise program at home, because we found a lot of people in the county don't have access to the internet. So there's some classes that are offered online, but it hasn't worked out very well for a lot of our residents. So this way they'll be able to exercise at home.
And we do air some exercise programs on our channel every day. So
Okay,
That's great.
That's great.
and that one's through Gunderson Health. So
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good.
the
Good,
people
yeah.
watching this probably already know about those shows.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me today on Together We Can, and we will see some people from the department next month, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
Thank you.
having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.